Today on Dr. Oz, new uses for everyday things. Summer edition.
And the best part is, these great ideas are absolutely free and they really work.
Deodorant as nail polish remover.
This one I've got to see.
Watermelon to prevent wrinkles.
I think you should try it.
A new twist for flip-flops and how tea can make your toes smell better.
It works.
Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
Thank you, everybody. It is July, and everyone is stocking up on summer essentials, including me. Deodorant? Check. Flip-flops? Check. Watermelon and iced tea? Check, check, check. Check all the good stuff, because today there are new health uses for everyday things. And the best part is, these great ideas are absolutely free, and they really work. You know how I know that? Because you have tried them. In fact, you're going to reveal them to me. First up is Carol. She says she has the new health uses for her summer essential, which is deodorant. How are you, Carol?
Hi, how are you?
And the first thing you apparently like deodorant for is as a nail polish remover?
Nail polish remover, why not? So basically you take a nail polish remover, the spray, and you spray it on your nail, making sure that you don't get your skin because you don't want to get freezer bite. No. Then you let it just sit for a little bit. You take your cotton ball, you take it off.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And it starts to come off, yeah. And you don't have the smell of that acetone.
How would you ever figure that out? I mean, honestly, goodness, why would you ever think nail polish could be removed with that deodorant?
Because deodorant just has lots of uses, so why not try it? And again, it doesn't have that acetone smell.
And it has to be the spray?
Has to be the spray. Yeah, you can't use a roll-on, it has to be the spray.
And any spray will work, any kind?
Any spray will work. As long as you spray it, you leave it on for a little bit, let it get saturated, don't get it on your skin. Get a cotton ball.
I love when you guys come up with these ideas. It's so smart. The other thing I understand you do with deodorant is you get into your jeans.
Yes, I do.
Right?
I get into my tight
before you tell me about
jeans
it,
with
you
deodorant.
actually got some proof for us, don't you?
I sure do.
Take a look at this.
I use deodorant on my legs to slip into tight pants. It's my favorite summer fix. I take any deodorant, apply it all over my legs, and then slip into my favorite skinny jeans. It works great every time. There you have it. Deodorant is not just for under your arms anymore.
Are these the jeans?
These are the jeans.
Well, they fit perfectly.
Yep, not just for your armpits, deodorant. Who would have thought?
And once again, I have to ask, why would you ever think? I mean, most people do not put deodorant on their thighs.
Right, that's what my husband said. Basically, what I do
Understandably.
is I took the deodorant because when I come out of the shower, I'm a little bit clammy. My skin is not, really smooth. So I decided, well, let's see. What's the worst that can happen? I rubbed it up and down. I put one leg, the other leg, and before I knew it, I slipped them up, and I was good to go.
You're a very industrious woman.
I try.
So this time of year, a lot of mosquitoes, right? See if this picture looks familiar to you. These things buzzing around there. And Carol says she uses deodorant to take the itch out of mosquito bites. This one I've got to see.
That is correct. So basically, when you get a mosquito bite, you take a deodorant stick. You simply just...
Here, I'll pretend I was bitten here.
Fantastic. Right here, you just rub it back and forth a little bit. And before you know it, that sting goes away. You don't feel the itch.
You don't have to rub it in?
Bite. No,
just
because just let it be. No pun intended. Just let it be.
Very, very good. Thank you. Actually, come over here for a second. I want you to help me, though. I got some watermelon here. I love watermelon this summer. It's so sweet. So if you don't mind, hand that out to the audience.
Absolutely.
I'll take a couple of these to our guys here. All the eaters out there. By the way, here are napkins. Here, throw these napkins around there. Okay. Here you go. So Natasha, Dalida, and Caitlin, they've all created a very interesting way of using watermelon. They have a watermelon skin spa. Here, you can pass that around too. Go take that up there. Don't spill it on the people in front of you. Okay, in this spa, they're going to show us their everyday uses for this summer item. Natasha's going to start us off. She uses watermelon to prevent wrinkles.
Yes.
You already got it on.
I already have it on. The wrinkles are going away as we're talking right now.
I literally see no wrinkles, but I see other things there. So
Yeah,
what are you wearing?
It's a very simple facial mask. It's 1 teaspoon of watermelon, 1 teaspoon of crushed avocado. Leave it on for 20 minutes and it's going to moisturize. It's going to replenish any lost water into your skin and you're just going to feel great. I think you should try it.
Well, it feels good. Let me see
It
what
does feel good.
It tastes good.
It tastes good, yeah.
And once again, I'm so fascinated the viewers come up with these ideas. This is not one of the obvious things you would do to your face.
It's not, but I'm from California. We use avocados for everything. So why not put it on your face and have the oil moisturize your skin?
Let me see myself in here. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
And it's really refreshing. You could feel the cool watermelon.
I like the idea of using the avocado because it's been useful in many other areas, and I think the idea on skin makes sense. Okay, that's the first big problem. Dry skin is very common. Dalida uses it to help her deal with the dry skin that, understandably, you have trouble soothing sometimes.
Yes, I do. So came up with this mixture, and what you want to do is a teaspoon of watermelon juice, teaspoon of honey. Just mix it together, apply it on the face, leave it on for 20 minutes. And then while you're waiting that 20 minutes, you can put a little tea, a little honey and tea, and have a little piece of watermelon, damp cloth.
We can combine these two approaches
Absolutely.
and have a full meal.
Yeah, have a spa
Yes.
party.
Well, I get honey as a emollient, right? It would seal the moisture, and I guess the
Absolutely.
watermelon must get in there first.
Absolutely, because watermelon is about 90% water, so that's more hydration.
It's got lycopene too, which I also love.
Okay,
Fantastic.
wonderful.
Great idea. And how long does it take for you to see the results that you desire?
Actually, for me, immediately. Leave it on for 20 minutes, nice warm cloth to take it off. I could actually feel how soft my skin was. That meant hydration.
Helps the heat too.
Yes.
Finally, Caitlin's here. She uses watermelon to treat summertime breakouts.
Yeah,
Is that a common phenomenon for you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the gym, working out, a lot of time the sweat on my face can lead to acne and breakouts. So I came up with this mixture. It's 1 teaspoon of watermelon juice and 1 teaspoon of mashed bananas. Put it on your face, leave it for 15 minutes, and then instantly, within a week, I saw better results.
You're kidding.
And I use it. I still use it all year round too. Yep.
You know, I guess the one thing I like about the concept in general is that it's, a lot of moisturizers are oily, so they'll clog the pores. So if you can use watermelon, it doesn't do that.
No, not at all. And I had tried other products before. They don't work, and you can spend a lot of money on them. I was looking for an all-natural fix, so I went with this, and right away, within a week, my skin was great.
Well, I'm very proud of you. And keep going to the gym, by the way. All right, so I've got another everyday use for a very common thing that you all have. It's an old pair of shoes like these flip-flops. Now, Angelique has found some very creative new ways, healthy, valuable ways of using old flip-flops.
Hi, Dr. Oz. I'm Angelique. I'm going to show you 3 uses for flip-flops in the summer. The first use is a squeegee to remove all excess soap and water when cleaning surfaces. Second, use as a doorstop. Wedge it underneath the door for a cost-effective doorstop. The third use is as a pet hair collector. Sweep the floors, sofas, to pick up the pesky clumps of hair. Yes, it's off my floor.
I love that concept. You know, I have a lot of pets. These are pictures of me I took actually last night. These are all my rabbit Buster and Rocky the cat, and of course Rosie. They're all different colors, but they all have lots of hair. I'm gonna start using my flip-flops or other kinds of old shoes to clear up those hairs. So we'll try it out and see if it works. Okay, let's get to one more health use for a summertime staple. It's iced tea. Molly, if you don't mind joining me. So you say you can use this head to toe. So let's
Yes.
start with the head. I understand you use it for grays.
Yes, I do 3 tea bags in boiling hot water with rosemary and sage. Let it steep overnight, and then I spray it on my roots, and it takes away the grays for a few days.
Why?
to
There
a
are
week.
no grays up there
Yeah,
for sure.
I use it in between when I can't get to the salon or if I'm busy or whatnot.
So I understand you had a friend actually do this. So here's
Yes,
a
well,
before
yes.
and after picture. Is that
Yes.
right? Oh.
So she can do her full hair because she's brunette, but as me being blonde, I just do my root area.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprising, isn't it? But you think about it, a dark tea will stain cups, it'll stain your teeth.
Right, yes.
So why wouldn't it stain your hair at least for a short period of time? So I
Yes,
like
and
that.
I use black tea, so.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Now, I said head to toe, so that's
to
the
toe.
head part. Let's go to the toe part.
So also I would steep a couple tea bags in hot or warm, lukewarm water and soak my feet in it to get rid of the summertime odors from slip-on shoes and that type of stuff.
Do you folks have odors usually in your toes and feet?
No.
Let's just do quality. Since it's your idea, you sit over there. You smell
All
their
right.
feet.
Well,
I usually have to
since they're
smell.
steeping in it, I will.
Okay, all right. So let's come on, let's check it out. Here, I'll do one toe, you do one toe. Let's go. Baby feet. Yeah. It smells like tea.
Smells like tea.
It works.
It does.
Thank you very much, Molly.
Thank you.
Anything else? You good?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I like the tea because it helps dry out the feet, which is one of the reasons they work so well. We'll be right back.
Next, Olympic swimming legend Amy Van Dyken. The day her world changed when an accident left her paralyzed. Undaunted and unbroken, how she came back stronger than ever.
I'm going to live every single moment to its fullest.
Her winning spirit is a lesson to us all. Next. All New Oz. Tips from a world-renowned cancer fighter.
A very special guest shares a provocative new way to help you prevent the disease you fear most. He even introduced me to my wife. Meet my father-in-law.
Stop cancer before it even starts.
This is practical information that oncologists right now are using in their practice.
Steps everyone should take to live cancer-free. All New Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
I've been waiting to do this show all year long. Today, how one of swimming's iconic Olympic legends, Amy Van Dyken, is turning her injury into inspiration.
Decorated Olympic swimmer Amy Van Dyken has been going for the gold all her life. She was the most successful athlete at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, winning 4 gold medals, accomplishing what no other American woman had done before. Her success landed her on the iconic Wheaties box, made her ESPN's Female Athlete of the Year, and got her inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. In 2000, Amy won 2 more gold medals in Sydney, setting even more American and world records. After 6 gold medals, Amy retired and married former Denver Broncos punter Tom Ruin. But this past summer, a tragic accident changed Amy's life forever. Losing control of her ATV, Amy drove over the side of an embankment, severing her spine and leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. Today, how the beloved Olympian is facing her biggest challenge of all.
Amy Van Dyken is here. I remember hearing the story. We spoke over the summer. It still, to me, is sort of stunning, and I have no idea how you cope. So if you don't mind, the key question for me is, was there ever a point throughout this process where you just wanted to throw the towel in, where you wanted to give up?
Never. Not one time. I'm so happy, Dr. Oz, to be here every single day. I'm living on borrowed time. I'm not supposed to be here. So I'm going to live every single moment to its fullest. Turn lemons into limoncello, if you will.
So that picture that we just showed everybody of the spine that was severed, that's your spine. And right next to the spine is the aorta, the big blood tube. So the operation they had to do to stabilize you was a very dangerous one. This is an operation that people died during. In fact, the risk and severity was so significant, you said goodbye to your husband, I understand.
I did.
Before you went into the OR.
I did, yeah. My doctor, my neurosurgeon, Dr. Toomey Allen, said, listen, I'm working in nanometers. Chances are you're not going to make it out, so you guys need to say goodbye just in case. And I thought, in that moment, I said, listen, in order for him to live a full life, let him date. So I said, you could move on, you know, date, do what you need to do, because you hear stories about people going, I don't know what my spouse would want me to do. Would they want me to date? And I wanted him to know that it was okay, but surgery was over, and I immediately, first thing I had to do was say, whoa, whoa, we take it back. And who's the hot blonde in the corner? No.
That's right. Yeah, these are trying moments.
Yeah.
What inspired you to keep pushing?
Listen, I'm happy to be here, Dr. Oz. I truly am. So I'm working so hard. I'm working probably harder now than I did for the games, because I'm not going for a gold medal. I'm going for my life back. I'm going to be able to walk someday, knock on wood. So I have to push it.
So you brought your husband along for the trip. Tom is joining us, front row, a professional athlete. You've challenged yourself in the past just to be the best you can be. It's a whole different level to watch your wife have to take the brunt of this. How'd you find the strength to be there for her?
You know, it was tough, but it was one of those things where I knew what she was going through, laying there on the table, and what she was facing ahead of her, that I just had to just keep calm and just kind of be the rock.
And what about the offer to get married again or find somebody else?
Yeah, she took that back right away once she came out of surgery.
So if I can, I'm going to show this to everybody. So we did speak over the summer, and I was following all the tweets and the social media that you're putting out, which is most of the information we were getting. And this is the part that amazed me. This is your attitude. This is a little tweet that she sent out after the accident. How many of you would say this if you're lying on your back, having been a multi-gold medal winner? Just thinking out loud, now I will get really good seats at Diamondbacks games and my other favorite sports teams. Awesome. Bring in my own chair as well. So I got my own chair, I got good parking too.
Right.
And how do you do that? I sit here thinking, oh my God, I'd be so bitter, I'd be so angry. All this, I was given so much. Yes, you did things most of us could never imagine doing, walking away with gold medals at different Olympic games. but then it's all seemingly taken away from you.
If you would have told me after my first games this would have happened to me, I wouldn't have handled it well at all. Because at that moment, I really didn't have a life outside of swimming, right? So now I've had the life experiences, you know, to be able to look at this and say, it's okay.
Well, she's obviously undaunted and unbroken. Amy put her winning spirit to work. She's been working 7 hours of physical therapy every day, and we have this footage. If you don't mind, describe what this is. I mean, the amount of work that I know it's taking. This is you in the pool.
Yeah, and it was very different, you know, because here I'm trying to do what I used to do in swimming, but it was very, very different. Here I am learning how, if I fall on the floor, which happens a lot, how to get back up into my chair. Worked very tirelessly at that, and you know, you learn how to live your life.
So there's a milestone I know you've been seeking, and you have a big announcement about it. So I'd love, if you don't mind, to share the news with all of our viewers.
Okay, well, we had an exciting day not too long ago, a couple months ago. I had this big contraption that was just strapped on me, and I actually walked.
You did? Oh, there you are! There you are!
I did.
Look at that!
Right?
It makes me so happy. No, it's serious. It shows the wonderful ability of the human body to regenerate itself. And I do personally believe we're going to be able to get ahead of spinal cord injuries and find ways of connecting these nerves, one of the great frontiers.
Yes.
But it's the undaunting spirit of people overcoming the challenges they face day in and day out that makes it all worthwhile. It's unbelievable. You're back doing swimming competitions now. You're refereeing them now.
Yeah, I actually call them. So when you watch them on TV, I'm the person going, and that stroke really shouldn't look like that at all. So yeah, there's me and one of my partners, Jason Knapp. So yeah, I'm back at it. And here's the thing, Dr. Oz, I put that headset on, and when you hear me, my brain and my mouth are not paralyzed. You would never know that I couldn't walk.
It was a great honor to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have something for you.
Oh, yeah,
I do. Listen, when I got injured, people started something, and we've made a foundation, and I want you to be a part. I want you to be a part of Amy's Army, if you don't mind.
I would love.
All right.
Amy's Army, an honorary member.
Thank you.
Amy Van Dyken. We'll be right back. One Big Black.
Next, can colors reveal your personality, and what does it mean for your health? Colors impact our choices, feelings, and behaviors. Decode your personality hue with 3 simple questions. Find out what color you are and the clues to protect your health. Next.
All New Oz. Tips from a world-renowned cancer fighter.
A very special guest shares a provocative new way to help you prevent the disease you fear most. He even introduced me to my wife. Meet my father-in-law.
Stop cancer before it even starts.
This is practical information that oncologists right now are using in their practice.
Steps everyone should take to live cancer-free. All New Oz.
That's coming up on Monday.
I love learning about things that we don't realize impact our health. So today, I'm exploring how color can reveal your true personality and what that means for your health. It turns out your personality color could be either red, yellow, orange, or green. And here to help find your personality color is an innovator in the field of personality behavior, Dr. Carol Rittberger. How are you, Carol?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, color and psychology, how do you connect them, and how does that tell us much about our health and our personality?
Color is a common language. We use it all the time. In the Western culture, it actually we apply it to behavior, such as I'm red with anger, or I'm green with envy. So it's a very easy way for us to look at personality.
All we've got to do then is teach people how to find their color. Dr. Rittberger wants you to answer 3 simple questions. It's multiple choice, so keep track of your answers. Everyone in the audience is going to do it. Everyone at home do the same. First question, when faced with a big project at home or at work, you are A, deadline driven, while you're watching the clock all the time. B, you're worrying, spending most of your time pretty anxious. C, you're always scanning, looking for better ideas. You got the best ideas for the best concepts, you're happy then. D, you make it a group effort. The more, the merrier. So you have 4 choices, pick the one that applies to you. We all clear on this? Okay, you picked your letters already? All right, second question. When someone asks you for a favor, you A, want to know what you're getting in return. B, you say, yeah, sure, but you have second thoughts right afterwards. C, you tell them you're going to get back to them so you can agree about maybe what you can do together. And D, you agree, and you go full throttle, and there's no turning back, no changing your mind. All right? Remember your second letter. Now, this is the last question I'm going to ask you. When you're stuck in traffic, A, you honk your horn a lot. You got to get home, and you deserve to get home. B, you never honk your horn. Why add to the stress? C, you know all the shortcuts. You always find the new routes to get home. And D, you dance along to the radio, having a good time. All right, you all got your numbers down, your letters? You all clear on this? You know what I am? Would you have to? You probably
I
could guess.
do know what you are.
What do you think I am?
I think you're a C. I think you're a yellow.
She's right. I'm a yellow. I'm a prototypical yellow.
You're just a perfectionist.
All right. So we're going to start with the A's, though. I'm going to save myself for later on. So let me see hands up. Who's all the A's out there? There's got to be some A's. There's like 3 A's over here. No one's acknowledging it. All right, come on over here. We're going to see what color goes along with the A's. So please reveal the personality color, Carol.
All right.
It is red.
The red personality. It's not unusual to not have a lot of reds in the audience like this. That personality is one that just get it done people. They're competitive, they're driven, they're deadline oriented, they like to have control of their environment. They like to just see that everything gets done. No measurement on effort, bottom line.
And what are the health problems that A's typically have?
A's typically tend to hold the stress and the tension in their lower back.
Maybe that's why I have so much back pain in America. With a lot of A's in the country.
We do. A lot of what we call type A's, literally.
And we see red.
Absolutely, they see red.
All right, friends, Angelina and Carol are joining us to help us. Now, Carol answered mostly B's, and Angelina answered mostly C's. Dr. Ritberger, go ahead and show the color that goes along with the B's. It is orange.
Orange. The orange personality is the just let's get it along people. They just are cooperative, they're kind, they're generous. They always put other people's needs before their own.
Yep.
Well, one of the things with the orange is that the way your brain works is you have to make sense of things and it has to feel right. So it's like your brain is always going back and forth. And if you don't have the time to do that, it shows up in your lower stomach.
Okay.
And then what you do is then it can cause you to worry, and then that changes the chemistry of your body, and doggone, they end up with depression.
Depression. Angelina, is that possible for Carol?
I don't think so. Actually, I was drawn to Carol because she's so happy. So I don't see her.
Yeah, very happy people, but
Yeah.
they do worry. Do you worry?
I do worry.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, they worry about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
I could see her worrying about something.
Only a little bit.
Let's turn the tide here. Go into the C's over there. I'm going to see what they
right.
think now. So, Angelina, it's your turn.
Okay.
You go on over there. Go ahead and reveal the color.
All right.
So the question is, for all these C's out there, your color is yellow.
Yellow.
I'm a yellow.
You're a yellow.
You're a yellow.
I'm a yellow.
You are.
Great
Yeah,
people.
we just
Great
get
people.
great people.
We're just wonderful people.
Also, that's one of our qualities. We're not necessarily the most humble.
No.
Yes.
No. Take humbleness to a new low.
Exactly.
So what's our personality type?
So what that says is that you like to do things different. Kind of the motivation is to build a different mousetrap. Everything about you is visionary, innovative, and never wanting to be really boxed in so you can really think about things.
And so what are the health problems Angelina and I are going to have?
Well, one of the things is we actually hold the stress in our stomach area. It's like following that gut instinct. And then what happens when we don't do that, we get all this tension and we actually are prone to tension headaches.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we end up with.
It sounds like it might be on target.
Absolutely.
I hope that's helpful to the two of you. Let me turn to the last color, D's. How many D's are out there? Show of hands, D's. For a number of D's. All right, the D's are greens.
That's correct.
So what does the green color mean for them?
Greens are very happy people. They like everything to be teamwork. They're dreamers. They love to create. They love to see all the possibilities and things. And they truly believe that if you think you can do it, even if it's the very first time.
And what are the health problems they run into?
One of the things with greens when they get stressed is they tend to hold their breath. And when they hold their breath, then what happens is those shoulders start creeping up. So they have a lot of neck and shoulder problems.
Let me see the greens again. Put your hands up. Here, we got some here. Let me come over here. I'm going to see how accurate this is. Stand up if you don't mind. Does that sound like you at all? What's your first name?
My name's Kara.
Kara, does that sound like you at all?
That sounds 100% like me. 100%. Number one, I'm a phys ed teacher and a coach, so I'm constantly encouraging my students and motivating them. I'm always happy. Like anyone who sees me, like, you're always so happy and so energetic. So that definitely fits me.
Yeah, just a silver lining with everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wonderful
My
ideas.
pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank
being
you.
here. You can find out more about your color personality. You can take the online quiz at droz.com and check out Dr. Ritberger's book, What Color is Your Personality? I'll be right back.
Next, television icon Larry King. His controversial plan to live forever.
Freeze your body as you die.
If they cure whatever I died of, I come back. I want to be around. You know, who's going to win the World Series?
Coming up. All new Oz. Tips from a world-renowned cancer fighter.
A very special guest shares a provocative new way to help you prevent the disease you fear most. He even introduced me to my wife. Meet my father-in-law.
Stop cancer before it even starts.
This is practical information that oncologists right now are using in their practice.
Steps everyone should take to live cancer-free. All new Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
Larry King is a television icon, a true survivor. He had a major heart attack, quintuple bypass surgery. Neither stopped him from becoming one of the great interviewers of our time. At age 81, he's still going strong and has what most will consider a controversial plan to try and live forever. Please welcome my friend, Larry King. I like the look here. You like this look like this? So that was always the look. So when I was, listen, I would always be in the hospital late at night, trying to finish my, last case around, and I'd watch you every evening. It was a very formative experience for me, and you had the suspenders on all the time. I've never worn suspenders on the show before, but they actually have a health benefit I've learned from in terms of getting your posture fixed. Is that true?
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious. I looked it up. Is there any reasonable person who would wear suspenders in this day and age? And the argument is, if you want to remind yourself about a good posture, do what Larry King does.
I never thought of it. I do it just because I lost a lot of weight after my open heart surgery, and it was suggested that I would look good with braces. I used to wear. You look very good. There's one clue I could give you, though.
Please help me.
Don't wear a belt when you wear braces.
Yeah, what? This is a bad idea. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, much better now.
It's a double thing.
God. Here, duck. Here. The prize. All right, let's get right to it. We've been talking a little bit about this idea you have of living forever. I'm going to define it for everybody, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. When I say living forever, this is not sci-fi anymore. Now there's the ability to do cryopreservation, to freeze your body as you die. So what is your hope?
I was raised Jewish, but I lost my religion a long time ago. So I'm an agnostic atheist. I don't think you're going anywhere, all right? So I think when you die, that's it. And I don't want it to be it. I want to be around. So I figure the only chance I have is to be frozen. Yeah. And then, if they cure whatever I died of, I come back.
What's the thought?
Is it a better thought than being in the ground? Or being cremated?
What, would you like to be educated a bit about what exactly happens when they freeze you?
Yeah, I would like to know exactly what happens.
Y'all want to know that a little bit? Come on over. So the reason I had a belt on was my mic pack, but there we go. Okay, so here.
That's all right.
It looks okay. It's like this.
Oh,
come over this side. It's better. It's a better view for you.
How do you know about everything?
I study. So hold your suspenders here to hold yourself up just in case. So this is what happens. Okay, so they just said you're gone. They throw you in ice as fast as they can. The cryopreservation starts immediately. They start pumping on your chest with this machine to circulate the blood. Then they can put a breathing bag to give oxygen to you at the same time. So now they're basically doing what they would do if you were still alive. The reason they do this is as everything's circulating through, they now have time to put a needle in your arm and give you a medical grade antifreeze. This cold solution is then pumped not just to your arm, but into your chest, very low temperature, until you ultimately get to a really, really cold place where there's no metabolism happening. The cells that are there are still alive, and they're kept that way. Then they put you in this big casket. It's a freezer, basically. They flip you upside down. They freeze your body, and they put you with 3 of your best friends, because you're going to be stored in these containers for some time. And then ultimately, as you say, if there's a reason to unfreeze you, we figure out how to unfreeze you, then you're unfrozen, together with your 3 colleagues there.
What about the story where they cut your head off?
So you can also just freeze your head. That's cheaper, by the way, if you're interested. Yeah, they cut your head off, and then they can put that fluid right into your head. Although I got to say, I'd preserve the whole body. If you're going to do it right.
I'll do it right. I'd preserve the whole body. But then how do they know in that tunnel there, that guy died of this?
Well, they're going to have all the records.
I got to keep the record.
But as a physician, the part that's intriguing is keeping enough of your cells alive that one day they could make a bionic version of you. That's sort of the hope, right? That's why they preserve just a head. They figure they'll get a different body, that body's done. They'll put a different head on a machine and you'll have awareness.
Now, my wife, whose picture you have up, I see there.
Yes.
She said to me, you come back in 200 years, you won't know anybody. So I said, I'll make new friends.
Well, actually, what is the first thing that you would do, the very first thing you would do if they were to all of a sudden unfreeze you and you had awareness that you were back in life 200 years from now?
Oh, I'd be asking questions. Who's around? How are they? Can you transport? Can you go to the moon? What was science fiction 40 years ago is fact. Yeah. For example, I had bypass surgery. There was a book in 1947 in which a doctor put a person on a heart-lung machine. It was science fiction.
It was.
They did bypass, and they wrote about this, and people said it's nuts.
Yep. Wasn't done for 10 more years, and we never thought it was possible. In fact, doctors would get fired if they exposed the heart, because no one had ever survived. Even seeing the heart was a lethal injury. But your heart was seen. It was seen when they did the bypass surgery you discussed. You went from being a fairly sickly person in 1987, right? When you had the operation, smoking and the like. So here you are, all these years later, healthier than you've ever been. How'd you do that? How'd you make that change?
Well, first I stopped smoking immediately. And I thought I'd never stop smoking. I was a 3-pack-a-day smoker. A doctor told me, a psychiatrist, a friend of mine, said what I became was scared straight. Yeah. That I still wanted a cigarette, but that emergency room brought me back. I never smoked again.
Well, kudos to you, because a lot of folks don't hear that message. This show, at its very core, is about getting people to realize they control their destiny.
I watch you all the time. I'm amazed at you.
Well, you're a guy.
Because I never saw a guy. You know about everything. God knows everything. The man knows everything.
Well, talk about an inquisitive person. You're a curious fellow. You're always moving around, keeping active. In fact, in your own neighborhood, you know, he's walking and going around in LA, and you got caught by paparazzi recently. If you could tell the story, I would never have considered this possibility, but Larry King powwowing with Justin Bieber. What is going on here? This is look at this picture. Look at this. He's assaulting you. He's like a drive-by. He's like a fan.
First of all, cars are honking, other people are yelling, people are screaming Justin Bieber, Larry King. I don't know what's going on. It was wild.
I love it.
It was crazy.
Now, your kids must have, Larry's got a beautiful wife, as you mentioned already, Sean, and 2 wonderful children. They must be big fans, I gather.
They keep you young. And having a young wife keeps you young. But you know what I do? No, this is the truth. When you saw the picture. Yeah. You see that picture of her? When you have someone that looks like that, and I look like I look, and there's obvious an age difference, right? I mean, come on. So I know what people are thinking when they see us. So I always say the same thing. If she dies, she dies.
Larry King, he'll be here all week. Be sure to check out Larry's show. He's got Larry King Now and Politicking on Aura TV. Wonderful programs. We'll be right back. Love having you. Thank you very much for coming. Sean really is the beautiful.
Next, are you stressed and have no energy? Learn how you can heal yourself with an ancient Chinese remedy. With simple body movements and breathing, you can use your body's natural energy to promote healing and help prevent disease. 3 moves to have you feeling great. Next.
Whoever said a doctor's visit isn't fun has obviously never been to the Dr. Oz show. Is that right? Make your appointment today. Go to droz.com/tickets and sign up for free tickets. Experiment with the audience. I want you, anyone who is stressed, stand up right now. Oh, yes. We got a lot of hallelujahs here. Stand up if you have no energy, stand up. Got a couple stragglers here. Okay, if you're having any pain in your life, stand up. We got just about everybody here. Yeah, we did literally get everybody. All right, I just gave you 3 good reasons to try Qi Gong. So go ahead and sit down, get comfortable. Nothing bad's happening to you. Kung Fu master and Qi Gong expert Carl Romaine is here. He's going to show us how these ancient Chinese remedies really work. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So explain to everybody what Qi Gong is. Why should they be excited about it if they stood just now?
Well, Qi Gong is a practice that has been used in Chinese medicine for centuries. It includes breath, movement, and mental imagery to move the body's energy to prevent disease.
So how does it heal you if you actually already have a problem?
Well, Qi's energy, Gong is work. So Qi Gong is using the body's natural energy to promote healing. You know, the Chinese believe that all sickness in the body is caused when Qi or energy is blocked. Western research is just catching on to this.
Here's why I trust Carl. He taught my wife how to do these martial arts techniques on me. It's terrible. It's a very dangerous place when I go home. It's like getting attacked by Kato. All right, this stuff is so powerful that it's actually being taught all around the country now. Major medical centers teaching Qi Gong, and of course it's used by more than 1 billion people in China. So we got 6 audience members to help us out today, and we're gonna get to all these different causes. Welcome everybody. I hope you're nervous. I am. We're gonna do a bunch of Qi Gong moves. They're gonna work for some of the most common ailments we have in America. The first reason to try Qi Gong is stress relief. And the first move is called cooling the fire of the heart. How does this help to reduce stress?
Well, it calms the mind and soothes the heart. The heart in Chinese medicine is connected to the mind, so this is great for stress reduction.
All right, can you show us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Work along with us.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. Okay, back is nice and straight, good. Posture is very important. And we're gonna breathe deep diaphragmatic breaths. And we're gonna bring our hands out to the side, and you want your palms up. I'm just gonna slide over a little bit. Raise your hands overhead, take a deep breath in, exhale, and slowly let those hands fall. Good, now it's really important to keep the tongue in the roof of the mouth and teeth together and breathe through the nose. So here we go.
I can't talk.
Inhale. And exhale, nice and slow. Don't let those hands touch, keep those hands apart, bring them right down, that's it. Good job, Dr. Oz. One more, inhale. And exhale. You can feel how relaxing that is.
That's nice, isn't it? You keep your tongues up to the roof of your mouth? They weren't able to talk that way. All right, next, we're going to boost your energy with Qi Gong, and this is a move called bouncing the ball. How do you bounce the ball to boost your energy?
Well, in Chinese medicine, the kidneys are in charge of our energy. So we don't want our energy to be too high or too low. We want our energy to be even. The best time to do this is late in the afternoon when you have that afternoon slump and you need to pick me up, or if you suffer from insomnia and you can't sleep at night, it's a great way to bring your energy down so you can relax.
So it balances us.
Balances.
Show us the move then.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Again, starting from the same starting position, very simple. We're gonna slide our foot in. As we slide our foot in, we're gonna raise the opposite hand. That's it. And then bring your foot down and slide to the other side. Excellent. And move from side to side, deep breath in. Exhale as you come up. And you feel that nice, gentle, rocking movement?
Yep.
Very soothing, isn't it?
Your hands are parallel like that? No?
Yes, you want them parallel to the ground, and you want your standing legs slightly bent. You also want to find one point with your eyes to focus on. That'll help you to keep your balance.
I'm focused on you. All right. Anyone falling back there? No fallers. It's actually, once you get into the rhythm, it's a little steeper than you think.
Yeah.
All right, last thing you guys were all talking about was pain. So if you want to reduce pain, there's a move in Qi Gong called casting Qi from side to side. So how does this cleanse the body and reduce pain, at least in the Chinese mindset?
When there's pain and inflammation in the body, that's because there's a buildup of toxins. This exercise works on the liver, and the liver's job is to clear, purify, and remove those toxins to ease the pain.
Okay.
Okay, so this is real simple and fun too. All right, so we pretend we're splashing water on each other.
You guys are world champion martial artists, by the way. So when he says it's going to be fun, I get nervous. Right?
Anyway, keep our knees bent, okay? Back nice and straight again, and I want you to pretend you had a bucket of water in your hand. And I want you to just kind of lean over to the side, and as you do it, keep your feet flat and just kind of exhale and let it go. And then inhale back to center and let it go to the other side. Inhale, and exhale, and you can feel that pain leaving your body, right, Dr. Oz?
I was feeling okay before, now my back hurts. All right, so we got to put them all together.
Nice and slow.
How would you do it all together?
All together. So we're going to do one of each, okay? So first, ready? Inhale, cooling the fire of the heart. Exhale. And right from here, we're going to slide our leg in and raise the hand, opposite leg. Inhale and exhale. And then bring it down, ready, hands in front and off to the side.
So this is what they're doing in the streets of China all the time. You
Yes,
see
sir.
older folks doing this all day long. Actually, in the morning usually.
And it's so gentle, anybody can do it. You can do it anywhere at any time and start reaping the benefits of it.
You can get all of Carl's wonderful moves there on droz.com. Just look on Qi Gong, you'll find it. We'll be right back. Thanks, John.
All new Oz. Tips from a world-renowned cancer fighter.
A very special guest shares a provocative new way to help you prevent the disease you fear most. He even introduced me to my wife. Meet my father-in-law.
Stop cancer before it even starts.
This is practical information that oncologists right now are using in their practice.
Steps everyone should take to live cancer-free. All new Oz.
That's coming up on Monday.
Now it's time for, in case you missed it, I've got a special treat at the end that you're not going to want to miss. But first, incredible news today. Talk show legend Larry King has a plan to cryopreserve. That means freeze his body as he dies or after he dies, right afterwards. Ever wonder how this works? Well, I showed it to him. I'm going to show it to you. It's not science fiction. Cryopreservation starts the moment that you pass away. They immerse you in ice to try to preserve the cells, and this ice bath is augmented by pumping into your body medical-grade antifreeze. Your blood's removed, it's antifreeze, allows the body to be preserved, keeps the cells alive. The body's then put in a sack, in a box, and that is basically put into a freezer, really, really cold freezer with 3 close friends now, because you can be there for a while. But here's the catch, my friends. Science has not actually figured out how to unfreeze people yet. You know, we know how to freeze them, we just can't unfreeze them. So if one day this comes in handy, be quite a bit of time in the future. But you never know. Larry King made pretty good arguments about how the world changes so fast that you can't keep up unless you do things like this. All right, now I want to welcome a very special guest on the show today. Her name is Marnie the dog. She's what's called Insta-famous. She has wiggled her way into the hearts of over 1 million people on Instagram and Twitter, and it's easy to see why. Come on out, Marnie the dog. What I love about Marnie, at the first glance, she doesn't look so perfect, does she? She's sort of whining. She actually has an illness that makes her head cocked, and that causes her tongue to hang out. I think that makes her really cute because there's actually nothing wrong with her. She's so cute. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
She's always turning. I guess she goes to her left, right?
Yeah, only to the left, never to the right.
Sure. And why is that?
I'm not sure, but that's the way she's comfortable walking, and that's cool with me.
What is it that made you want to adopt her? I mean, this is so cute.
Well, I was looking to adopt a dog. I found her on petfinder.com, which is a website to adopt homeless animals. But she turned out to be the most amazing dog.
Yeah, amazing in a lot of ways. Now, she also adopted Marty knowing that she was a senior dog.
I did, yeah.
You don't do a lot of that in America.
Well, they're so grateful when...
Hold her?
Yeah, absolutely. Here, you could just hold her like a baby. She likes to be held that way.
I love this. This is the cutest. Can you see this? Look at this. It's oh, come on. She's at central casting for cute.
Yeah, so they say that senior dogs have the hardest time getting adopted from shelters. And, there's millions of dogs that get killed every year. So to me, I never even considered buying a dog when there's so many that need homes.
Well, I'm very proud of you for finding Marnie. I'm sure she's loving her life with you. Marnie! See how cute she is. We'll see you all next time.